Hey everybody, good morning, it's Susan. I just wanted to go over a couple of things with some of you. I know a lot of you are into the Tim Holtz inks and the distressing, and I love it myself. I was accumulating so many of these ink pads. I wound up going to AC Moore about 2 months ago and seeing that they had this great little tiny suitcase from Tim Holtz to store your inks in. But once you have it full and you've got more inks, you have to buy another one or find another way of storing it. But in the meantime, what I had done was I started to label mine by using this P-Touch labeler. I love it. I bought it a long time ago for other office-related things within the house, like for files and things of that nature. And it really came in handy to label my inks for my crafts. And I found it, I've seen a video a while back, and there was someone who was storing the inks that are upside down, which is a great idea because I've noticed that a lot of the ink winds up going to the very bottom of the pad on these. And I store them all upside down, and I have these arranged, even though they are they're labeled, I have them arranged within a grouping of the color. For example, the brushed mahogany, the aged mahogany, antique linen, brushed corduroy. These are all like in the browns family: frayed burlap, vintage photo, walnut stain. So I have these kind of organized within the coloring that they are. For example, this one is the tattered rose, and this one is the dusty concord and milled lavender. These are kind of in the pink purple family, so I have those sorted together. I haven't finished doing this yet, but I really wanted to share this with you because I thought it was very helpful when you're doing a project. Instead of searching through bunches of inks, you can label them and do it that way. So as far as me doing a video on, I have people asking me to do a video on the types of products that I like. So this will be one of them. I highly recommend the Tim Holtz inks for stamping as well. If you want to stamp something, like for example in the black soot, the Tim Holtz inks are really nice for stamping. They are for making things look antique looking and for distressing, but they do look pretty cool when you stamp with them if you're using the right colors. So yes, you can stamp with them. I know that for a fact that seeing some of Tim's videos, he likes to use the archival inks, and so do I. This is a great ink for stamping a very detailed stamp. You can't press down too hard on this. I'm sorry, I think I was just covering the microphone. It's a great ink for stamping. You can't press your stamp down hard on this or it'll splat extra ink all over your stamp. You have to gently pat it on. It's a very, very sharp black color that comes out. So, and it takes a little bit of time to dry. Looks really nice when you do use it. My craft room is a complete mess after doing this project that I was working on. And just to show you some of my inks, I have quite a bit of the Stays On. I have your basics, olive green Stays On ink. I love these also for stamping. I use my Versamark inks for, sorry about that, for embossing. These are great. I really enjoy using that one for embossing. I also like to use, which I don't have all of my inks out now, I also like to use pigment inks for embossing because though pigment ink stays wet longer. Mind you, it's like 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm still half asleep, but thinking of doing a video here. This one's not even open yet. Neither is this one, which is the tattered brown. I love this one for doing anything that looks like it's vintagey This one I bought, I think it was for a Valentine's project, Blazing Red. Great color. You could use it at any other time of the year, Christmas also. And I do have some other color inks, but I wound up just wanting to go over the Tim Holtz Ranger inks today, but wound up bringing in some of the StazOn because I had mentioned the archival inks. And yeah, that's basically about it. So if you have a labeler or can borrow one from somebody, it really works nicely when you're working on your projects and you need to find colors. These are not in there yet because they're duplicates of ones that I already have. I have bought these on sale. So, and the only bad thing about this is once you stack up on your colors, you'll find that you don't have any more room left, and you're going to wind up having to get another one. And I think I paid about $10 for the case at AC Moore. They were having some kind of sale, and I was lucky enough to get the last one. This Faded Jeans, Broken China. These are all the blue colors, fine needles. That's a great green. If anybody's into the greens and neutrals and browns, Christmas time for trees. I've used it for shading. I mean, and distressing. It's a really, really great color. The tea dye is also beautiful if you're not really familiar with it. This is a Christmas stamp. I was just fussing around the other day, and I wanted to try the tea dye in on a Christmas stamp. This is one of the Stampers Anonymous Christmas stamps that I had recently purchased. I like it, but the only thing is it's a really small stamp, and I did not know that the stamp would be so small because I was looking for a Christmas stamp. I just want a stamp on a card that says Merry Christmas with Santa, and that's it. I don't want to have to use other stamps, and this is what I was looking for. But I could probably buy the one on the wooden block, which I prefer much better, but this one was still really nice. I can incorporate some shadows and things like that in the background on a card, but that's probably going to be my Christmas card this year. I kind of really like the way that stamp looks. But instead of going crazy and rambling on about all kinds of things, I mainly came here to share the inks with you. I am going to do another video on some other products that I do use. And oh, lastly, I just wanted to answer one other question. Somebody had emailed me about gel pens and what I feel about gel pens. I have gone through many gel pens over time, and I found that Inks Essentials Opaque White Gel Pen is one of the best gel pens that I've ever tried. I mean, I must have about, I don't know, at least a dozen gel pens, and tried them over time. They skip. When they dry, they don't look white, they look gray. You have to go over it again, and that kind of ruins your card or whatever project that you're working on. I do believe that I either had bought this gel pen from Stampers Anonymous or from scrapbook.com. I'm not sure. I think it was like $3.69. I love it. It goes a long way, and even if you have to write a sentiment on a card, you can actually write with a white gel pen, and it looks beautiful. So these are some of the ink products that I use, and I hope that this was helpful to some of you. I know that there are a lot of super crafters out there that buy the first thing that comes out off the market, but I do really try to stick with the things that work for me and keep going with that. So that's the last of it for now, guys. Anyway, have a great day, and I'll be seeing you again. Bye!